But if you're not working on your marriage every day, you're working on your divorce. You have to be intentional about your marriage. That marriage relationship has to be intentional because that marriage relationship is mirroring the covenant. So for all of you that are married, want to get married, thinking about getting married someday, that relationship in the right perspective, understand it has to be in the right perspective. Because like I said, some of y'all done got married off of arrows. And y'all got a long way to go to get from arrows to agape. It's going to take a lot of pain, tears, humility to get from arrows to agape. Why is communication so important? Anybody know? Anybody just want to just throw out? Huh? Okay, with the, because we're not mind readers. That's what go ahead. Who said it? Go ahead, Miss Amy. Go ahead. Because we ain't no mind readers, man or woman. Now, women claim they read minds. No, I'm kidding. They act like it. And men, we act like we can't remember nothing. So there you go. And in my prayer, I cried out to him how I helped doing what I believed his will was for my life and serving and pastoring, counseling and doing all those things. And he said, I need you to put your wife first. What? I said, what? He said, shut up. I'm going to listen. I need you to put her first. But I'm doing what you called me to do. I believe he called me to do. He said, your wife is your first ministry. That's where that came from. He said, until you learn how to serve her, you can't serve nobody else. Tell the husbands, it's all on you. It was all on you in the beginning in Genesis 3. It was all on you. You dropped the ball. You let Brother Jelly Bean, these days it could be Brother or Sister Jelly Bean, somebody going to come up and challenge your position. You dropped the ball. You let somebody else come and talk to your woman. You standing right there. Dummy. I got sympathy for the guys that wasn't there, but you were there. Adam was there. But men, you got an awesome responsibility. Because the enemy is after your family. The world system is after your family. Why? Because they don't want you to reproduce. I can destroy the man, I can destroy the whole family. I can destroy, as we learned in part 1, generation. I'm about to point to the board, ain't nothing there. Generations. That is demonstrating to the creator of the universe your submission and authority to him. Men, husbands. Oh, I know. The men thought that the submission only had to do with the wives. But it took a 16-year-old child to point out to me, he said, Dad, but men submit all the time. I said, do they? They submit to their boss at work. They submit to doing what they have to do, taking care. Ain't nobody asked. I said, that's a good man. You're right. That's a good man. Going to take care of his family. Going to be good to his boss. Not going to cheat, steal, rob the boss. Going to do what he's supposed to do. That's good. It's good. But do we understand that the relationship between husband and wife is a relationship that Abba ordained, Genesis 3, he created, even though we didn't screwed up, messed up, but it's mirroring our relationship with him. But we'll spend all of our time and attention pouring into other people and won't pour into our spouse. Men, don't tell me you so busy, you work so hard, you do all this stuff that you can't love your wife. She's your first ministry. Treat her like so. Maybe she'll start treating you like you are hers. You're not too busy. You're not too busy for the football game. You're not too busy for whatever else you do, social media. You're not too busy to do whatever you want to do. You're never too busy to sit down and talk to her. I bet you talk to her when she's ready to go out the door. You got a whole lot of time to talk then. When them bags is packed, that's probably the most sincerest conversation you'll ever have other than when you're having an argument. So when you're looking at your wife and you about to lose your mind because y'all have a disagreement, because y'all still learning how to communicate, and you can't operate within these boundaries, Because as I listed earlier, that there are 5 areas I think are the most important. The last one is boundaries. If you can't operate in these boundaries of what love is, because we don't have all the time in the world to take you through it, the years that it takes for most couples to get through this counseling, we're going to recommend you see a therapist. Because you men need to work on you. I had to work on me because I was too busy worried about everybody else, then wanting to point the finger at my wife. In Adam's case, he won't point, oh, the woman you gave me. No, I had to point the finger at myself. These are questions. This first one is a question me and my wife, you should ask these questions frequently. Me and my wife asked this question for the last 7.5 years. We've asked this question just about, I probably can count on my fingers. I can't even remember a time we didn't ask this one question before we went to bed. First question is, are you getting what you need from me? This will help you transform your marriage. Trust me when I tell you. Are you getting what you need from me? But before you do that, man, you got to let go of you. Because you got to be emotionally, mentally strong enough to get the answer, the truth. Because you don't want her to lie. She might look at your face, see you about to go ball up in the corner and cry, and she might not tell you the truth. So you better make sure you're ready to hear the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help your marriage. Are you getting what you need from me? Is there anything that I can do? Do you need anything from me? Can I get you anything? Can I do anything for you? And I remember I would say, look, she's your first ministry. You better get it together. You was crying. You remember when you was crying? Get it together. She's your first ministry. Because right while you ain't paying attention to it, a little nehash is coming. Y'all laughing and giggling now. You don't want to talk to her now. You don't want to listen to her now. But soon little Mr. Jellybean come, then all of a sudden you want, I'm the man, my wife. Well, guess what? The stuff that you wasn't doing, Mr. Nahash and Jellybean is coming to do all those things you ain't want to do. He going to look at every picture. He going to act like he interested. He going to act like he listening and everything to get her to eat the fruit. And you're going to be sitting there crying again. When things happen in your life and circumstances change, maybe it's health, maybe it's work-related, maybe it's children, family-related. Do you know how many times I got to look at my wife in the last 15 years and say, I do again? It's humility, humbleness, that's communication, that's real love. I'm looking at her and say, baby, I do. Something pop up, I do. This is going on over here, I do. That's going on over there, I do. I'm telling her all the time, I do. I do.